I
Okay. Do everyone see my screen?
Yes, very clearly.
Okay. I'm gonna start my video. Okay, can I go ahead? Does everyone hear what I'm saying?
Yes, you can go ahead. Please let us all mute our microphones so that we can go straight into it. Yes, you can go ahead, President.
Okay, once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to this webinar. I'm Daliwa Joseph, data scientist, researcher, and also a young African leader. So I will talk about how you can apply for bachelor, master, or PhD scholarship worldwide, and also share some tips on how to craft your application to be successful. So my presentation will have an introduction. So I will share how to navigate the scholarship application journey, from understanding what is really the meaning of scholarships and what types of scholarships are out there, to the submissions. Then I will share with you some case studies and steps on how to apply, like for academic scholarship in Europe, then in China, and also in the US. So there are all those continents, all those countries have different criteria, different eligibility criteria, and also at the end we'll have some Q&A. I believe that many those who are connected, actually they have a lot of questions. So I hope that we have a lot of time to answer all of your questions. So like I've said, the scholarship in general is, there are many types of scholarship. There are fully funded scholarship, there are part-time scholarships. The scholarship can help you to get a great education. It can advance your career, and it can also improve your financial stability and open doors to many talented students. Many students from Africa or from worldwide, for sure, if they don't have a possibility to pursue like a program in engineering in Cameroon or in medicine, they can apply for scholarship and get the same training in some in another country. You know, in Cameroon, if you apply like for medicine exams, they select only like 300 per year. So if you are not selected, you can apply for a scholarship and move forward.
Ça va être compliqué.
Je vais faire
C'est le
l'effort de
soleil qui est allumé
traduire.
là-dedans.
Je vais faire l'effort de traduire à la fin de mon speech pour les francophones. So I will try to be bilingual. I read already in the text how some are like just complaining about the language. I will try to be bilingual, but in Cameroon we are bilingual. I'm also trying, you know, my first language is French, but I'm trying also in English. Like I've said, there are many types of scholarships, and I will share it with you. Firstly, you should understand the meaning of scholarships, and there are many types. There are merit-based scholarship, need-based scholarship, merit and leadership-based scholarship, student-specific, professional scholarship, and college-specific scholarship. When I'm talking about scholarships, merit-based scholarships, it's in general scholarship awarded based on academics, athletic, artistic achievement. Ideal student for those scholarship are those who have trained in art. They are very talented in their domains. When I'm talking about need-based scholarship, it's in general, those scholarships are designed to support students who demonstrate financial needs, ensuring that financial barriers do not hinder education pursuit. When I'm talking about students specific scholarship, there are some scholarship only tailored for students based in some countries like developing countries, orphans. There are scholarship for women, for girls. So these are student specific scholarship. There are also career specific scholarship for students pursuing studies in STEM, like you will see online that scholarship concern only students who got undergrad in physics or in mathematics. So these are type of scholarships that we do have out there. So I'm explaining this first is because many fail to get scholarship because they apply to the wrong scholarship. So we should understand very well the those uh, those terminologies. So I can here list you some scholarship for need-based scholarship. You have the Gates Scholarship, you know, it's fully funded by the Bill Gates Foundation, and it's for low-income students to go, and it covers full course and financial expectation family. I guess you know about Ashinaga Scholarship. It's for orphans. If you have lost your dad or your mom, you are eligible to apply for Ashinaga Scholarship. You have MasterCard Foundation. These are need-based scholarship. We have Merit Leadership Scholarship, like the Fulbright Scholarship. The Fulbright Scholarship, it's a fully funded scholarship, and it covers professional and also artists for advanced research and studies. We have the Chevening Scholarship. The Chevening Scholarship and Fulbright Scholarship, it's not only about your merit, it's specifically also about your leadership. So be careful when you apply for scholarship. You have the DAT scholarship provided by the German government, and you have also the Rhodes Scholarship. Student-based scholarship, you have American Association of University Women. They target only women. You have the Science Ambassador Scholarship. It's only for women in science. You have Hispanic Scholarship Fund, which provides scholarship and support services to students of Hispanics. So before applying any scholarship, you should firstly identify well if you are eligible, if you fall in some of those categories. For career-specific scholarship, Google, Microsoft, all those big companies, they have scholarships and they target specific students. So if you are a student doing in ICT, for sure, you are eligible to apply for Google. But someone doing political science cannot be eligible to apply for any scholarship in Google. Like Microsoft, there are many scholarship like PhD students they fund many PhD programs specifically for students in underrepresented groups in computing research. You also have women in analytics. They just fund programs for women in data analytics and data science. So scholarship are in general sponsored by many programs. Almost all governments, even our government, Cameroonian government, they fund scholarships. So we have national and local governments who offer scholarship to foster education within the jurisdictions and abroad, promoting cultural exchange and academic excellence. You have universities, almost all big universities and institutions provide scholarship to attract talented students to enhance their diversity, and support also academic and extracurricular achievement. We have private organizations like the World Bank, World Food Program, UNICEF, Coca-Cola, Google, Amazon. They offer scholarship. You got there are like NGO, MasterCard, that the provided by those type of scholarship you might be eligible for. Let's dive into how to apply for the scholarship. Let me summarize for those francophones out there. Je disais ceci, il existe plusieurs types de financement et de bourses, et les bourses dont j'ai mentionné plus haut sont les bourses financées pour certaines catégories. Il y a les bourses, par exemple, pour les orphelins, il y a les bourses pour les scientifiques, il y a les bourses pour les littéraires, il y a les bourses pour un certain groupe de pays, les pays en voie de développement. Donc, c'est à vous de bien identifier quel type de bourse, lequel de bourse vous êtes éligible. Et ces bourses sont financées par les gouvernements, les universités, les organisations privées et les ONG, comme par exemple la Banque mondiale, la FAO, le Coca-Cola, UNICEF, Amazon, financent ce type de bourse. Et tous les gouvernements et les grandes universités, comme par exemple l'université de Harvard, l'université de Oxford ou même nos universités au Cameroun. Donc, c'est ce que je mentionnais. So, the first step, the first step to look for scholarship, it's to know which database of scholarship, which are like official, because there are scammers out there. You should know where to look for your information, for your data. And the links I'm sharing here are links cited by the Forbes. So if you go on those, if you follow those links, you will go and identify all the list or different scholarship I just enumerated previously. So follow those links. Probably if you are looking for any scholarship, undergrad, grad, or PhD, you get more details and fully funded scholarship through in those various websites. Comme je disais, ces différents sont les liens des différents sites et bourses officielles qui ont été mentionnés par Forbes, où vous allez trouver toutes les bases de données des financements de licence et de master et de doctorat. So, for university website, each university, if you are targeting a special university, if you want to apply for scholarship in Harvard, go at the official website of Harvard. If you are planning to apply a scholarship to Stanford or to MIT, go at the official website of MIT. Don't see a Facebook link about MIT, which is not really a serious link, which might send you to a scammer or to some groups which are not official. So be very careful about links. Many families, many young guys out there lose their money because they will follow a wrong link. And we know how these things are happening today. So be careful when you are looking for those links. You have lot of times. You have lot of time. Take your time to look for the right links. And this is one problem we do have actually. You spend times on WhatsApp, spending a lot of time doing nothing serious. Bro, guys, take times to, if you are planning to apply or to look for scholarship, take time. I will shock you by telling you that a good scholarship is obtained after 2 years of research. 2 years to get good scholarship, you should spend at least 2 years. And at the end of my presentation, you will understand why I'm telling 2 years are required to get scholarship. I'm sure that you have people out there who apply for scholarships, who are applying for scholarship since 2 years or 3 years. They don't get their scholarships because they don't have the main they don't follow the main requirements. They don't know what they are doing because they don't take time to search, to look for the right point. So if you know already which type of scholarship you are eligible to apply for, if you know the right website to apply for your scholarship, now you should know which documents are required to apply for those scholarships. I will start firstly by sharing the general requirements of almost every scholarships, academic, undergrad. When I'm talking about undergrad, bachelor degree, that post is master and PhD. The general requirements are to have firstly a passport, your academic transcript, your certificate, your recommendation letter, standardized test score, personal statement, resume, and application form. Almost all scholarships, I will go step by step. This is a general one. Comme je disais, pour candidater à n'importe quelle bourse internationale, vous devez avoir les documents suivants. En premier, passeport, vos diplômes, vos certificats, vos lettres de recommandation, vos tests, votre lettre de personal statement, votre CV et votre candidature. Ça, ce sont les documents généraux qui sont demandés pour toutes les bourses. Maintenant, je vais aller étape par étape pour chaque pays et chaque pays et chaque continent. So now I will start by the requirements for bachelor degrees application. If you're applying for a bachelor degree program, you should have a passport. In Cameroon, the passport is easy to get now, not like 5 years ago. In 1 week, you have a passport, 110,000 CFA. You should have a passport because when you will apply for any bachelor degrees, because the process is there, it's online, you will upload your passport. If you don't have your passport, you won't move to the next step. The first step, they will request you to upload your passport. When you have a passport, scan it very well. Then you should have your high school transcripts. In Cameroon, we call it baccalaureate and GCE. Yeah, you should have your high school transcripts. For those who have a francophone diplôme, certificate, pour ceux qui ont le baccalauréat, then you should translate your baccalaureate to English. Ceux qui ont le baccalauréat, vous devez traduire votre diplôme en anglais. So, parce que lorsque vous candidatez pour une université, ça c'est pour ceux qui candidatent pour les universités anglo-saxonnes, bien sûr. So, you have your certificates. You should certify them. Recommendation letters. Test. You should have your SAT for those with Anglophone section, they know it. English proficiency, IELTS, TOEFL, others. All Cameroonians, almost all in the UK or in the US, they request IELTS or TOEFL. Whether you are from Francophone zone or French, you will apply for, you should have IELTS or TOEFL test result. Without it, you cannot apply for it. Personal statement, you should have a personal statement. You don't have to write a personal statement. Without a personal statement, you cannot move forward. You cannot get any scholarship, specifically in English-speaking countries. You should have a resume and application fees. Many universities, specifically in the US universities, if you're applying for US universities, you will pay for application fees. It's like when you are applying for a job in Cameroon or in your country, they ask you to pay for stamps to certify this and that. So many American universities, they request an application fee. Without paying an application fees, you cannot move forward to any application. And it's almost $75. So this is the requirement documents for bachelor degrees. Les documents que je viens de mentionner sont les documents pour candidater aux à la licence dans les pays anglo-saxons, sans ces documents, le passeport, vos diplômes traduits pour ceux qui sont dans la zone francophone, tant que vous n'avez pas votre baccalauréat traduit et tout cela, vous ne pouvez pas candidater à ces différentes bourses. Les lettres de recommandation, les tests, vous devez faire le test d'anglais. Si vous n'avez pas passé le test d'anglais, vous ne pouvez pas candidater. Vous devez avoir un résumé, un CV, et vous devez payer lorsque vous déposez votre dossier en ligne, il y a les frais de dépôt. Comme vous faites, lorsqu'on fait les concours au Cameroun, on paye les frais on part à la banque, on paye les 20 000 et 35 000. C'est la même chose avec les universités américaines surtout. Donc, quand je dis par exemple, pour candidater et obtenir une bonne bourse, ça prend au moins 2 ans. Parce que pour faire tous ces tests, ce n'est pas en un jour qu'on le fait, ce n'est pas en 2 mois ou en 3 mois pour avoir tous ces documents. Ça ne se peut pas. So, when I was saying that to get a good scholarship, you will spend at least 2 years because you need to get all those tests. It's not in 2 or 1 month that you can get them. You should prepare yourself. You should be ready. So this is for master degree program. For those who have a bachelor degree program, please, can you mute the person? Someone is like traveling.
Prezi,
the person.
the one that can mute everybody, mute everybody. You are the me now, mute everybody. Mute everybody, then unmute yourself.
Okay, the following documents are documents required for master programs. If you want to do a master in the US, for sure, especially for the US master, you will do graduate GRE test. You should have it. Without it, you cannot apply for a PhD or a master program in the US. But in Europe or in UK, they don't ask GRE test, but they ask SAT test, CSAT, for those who did finance. So be careful when you are applying for the US scholarships in master, you are applying for a master degree program, you should have all the following documents. And if you apply for a UK or any other Europeans, they won't ask you GRE, but they will ask you for I test. Anyhow, I will go more in details when I will reach the European conditions. So for PhD program, you will also have the same thing, but you will have more documents to produce and share, like statement of purpose, your project, your research proposals. These are documents required for those who are applying for PhD programs. Comme je disais, le doctorat ou le master, vous allez, pour le master des États-Unis, vous devez faire le test, le GRE test. Donc, vous allez faire le test de langue et vous allez aussi faire le GRE test. Ça, c'est pour ceux qui veulent faire un master ou un doctorat aux États-Unis. Mais en Europe, le GRE test n'est pas demandé. Mais la langue, le test de langue est demandé. Mais pour le doctorat, vous aurez d'office plusieurs documents à produire comparé aux autres applications. Alors, je vais passer aux documents les plus importants. On va arriver sur la partie de bourse de chaque continent. Je vais aller en détail sur les bourses des États-Unis, Europe et en Chine. Comment est-ce qu'on postule? So I will give more details on how to apply for a scholarship in the US. I will share also links. I will also share with you links on how to apply for scholarship in Europe, then China. So all will be shared in details in the following step. So the most important point here
all have been intimidated by white. This service or terrible therapy.
So meet everybody again, meet everybody. Mute yourself, please.
Frida, can you mute everyone? Because I don't even see where to mute automatically everyone here.
So because
click
you're
on
the main
click,
host,
click on participant. Then go click on the participant. You'll see at the end you see mute all around the chat.
Okay, do you hear me? You make your sign, a sign.
yes.
Okay, good. I will share the most important steps or what you guys should write concerning those 3 following documents, specifically for those who are planning to apply for US scholarship or for European scholarships. These documents are like they are like the top documents. They will analyze to select you. Je vais là partager 3 différents types de documents qui sont très importants pour votre sélection. Ces documents sont capitaux. Lorsque le comité de sélection s'assoit, c'est plus les 3 documents que je vais partager qu'ils prennent tout le temps de vérifier. So, the selection committee, when they take all your files, they don't joke with the following documents. Now, I'm going to present you how to write those documents successfully. The personal statement. If you don't know how to write if you don't write a good personal statement, you cannot get a good scholarship anywhere, specifically the US scholarships. The personal statement showcase to the selection committee your passion, your curiosity, and commitment in the field of your study. I will share one of my personal statements, specifically the one I got the Fulbright scholarship. You will see just the introduction. That's why you guys should read. You should take time to read. You should take time to look for all those information. The information I'm sharing you guys, I spent 4 years on learning how to apply for scholarship. I'm applying for scholarships since 2013 when I finished my bachelor degree. So when I'm saying it's because I slept in the labs, in my university's labs in Cameroon, like looking for scholarships. Because I knew that if I want to be best in my domain, because I worked on aircraft materials, I needed to go in aircraft lab to test those materials, and I needed a scholarship. I knew that I needed a scholarship to complete my PhD. So your personal statement should tell you a unique story. When crafting your personal statement, the goal is to narrate your unique journey in a way that highlights your individuality, resilience, and potential. Start with a captivating hook that reflects a pivotal moment or aspect of your life, drawing the reader into your world. Because the selection committee, they are reading thousands of documents. They should be attracted. You should use specific examples to illustrate your academic interest, challenges, how you overcame all those challenges, and your personal achievement. Instead of just listing accomplishments, delve into how these experiences shape your perspective and motivated your pursuit of higher education. They don't want to select you to come and stay in America or enjoy UK. They want to see what is your next step. It's within your personal statement that they will feel it. They will feel that, oh, if I select this guy or this leader, if she's in our lab, she will do great things and she will improve in chemistry or in social science things. Reflect on your long-term goals and articulate how the program you are applying to is a crucial step toward achieving them. So, but maintain balance between humility and confidence, because if you don't know how to share a story, that's something I will advise you to do. Go and read and learn how to share your story. If you don't know how to share your story, guys, it's difficult to convince those professors out there, those leaders who review those applications. Remember that the opportunity is to make a personal connection with the admissions committee. So let your passion, curiosity, and commitment to your field of study be evident. Like I've said, narrate your unique journey in a way that highlights your individual resilience. Everyone here has an amazing journey. Everyone is special. You don't need to copy the journey of A or B. I will share like my small journey, but you can't copy or share the same thing because I'm unique, you are unique. And reflect on your long-term goals because actually it's easy to get a scholarship, like it's also difficult to get scholarship because many goals out there copy and paste and just stay quiet and hope that they will get a positive feedback. Bro, you copy anything out there, you won't get any scholarship. Like the Fulbright scholarship. When you apply for the Fulbright scholarship, if you have copied anything, they check the plagiarisms. They have all those techniques. They have all those tech to check that this guy copied this document from this book. Anything you copied online, on the book, on art, on published document, I myself can identify how compared to those who are expert in that domain. So many fail to get scholarship within their first application. So when the committee just read your first statement, they take your first statement, they put in the machine. The machine reflect and inform to the committee, this guy copied this from this book or from this Google document, and you are automatically failed. They don't jog there, they don't lose their time. Donc, comme je disais, le personal statement, c'est savoir raconter son histoire, et chacun a une histoire unique. Si vous faites l'erreur d'aller copier ce qui se trouve sur Google dans les livres, vous n'êtes pas plus intelligent que tout le comité des professeurs, de ces chercheurs, de ces différentes personnalités qui ont les logiciels pour détecter où est-ce que vous avez copié. Moi, par exemple, si vous m'envoyez n'importe quel document, parce que je reçois les lettres de recommandation des gars, des motivations, pour que je corrige. Je sais à quel niveau vous avez copié, dans quel document. Parce qu'il y a toutes ces techniques, tous ces logiciels. Même actuellement, sur ChatGPT, c'est lui qui a fait un travail sur ChatGPT. Je connais, vu que je fais une formation en intelligence artificielle. Je mets simplement dans un logiciel, il te dit que ça s'est copié dans ChatGPT. Many students now are like, they put everything on ChatGPT or all those stuff to get their statement or their motivation letter. We have software now to detect any work done on chat. And when we detect it, just forget about the scholarship. The next document is the recommendation letter. Le second document, c'est la lettre de recommandation. Oh my God. This is one document that many fail to get scholarship about recommendation letters because you have a recommendation letter from a wrong lecturer, from the wrong person. Choose lecturers, leaders who have closely observed your academic journey, who knows you, who knows your professional skills. Don't just go there and pick anyone. You don't know the lecturer. You don't even know what the lecturer have done. Go and look for the best lecturers of your university in your domain and lecturers who have great relationships. Many of those lecturers, they don't have time. Many of those professors, they don't have time to check their emails. If they don't even know you, and the University of MIT send the email to your professor or to your lecturer, yes, this student apply for a scholarship to our university and put your name as a recommender. The guy doesn't check the email. And even if he checks the email, it sees your name. You don't have a good relationship to him. He won't reply and you fail. You cannot get a scholarship in the US without recommendation letters, anywhere in the world. That's why you don't joke with lecturers while you are at the university. Stay in touch and have positive relationship with your lecturers, with the professors, with those leaders. Recommendation letters are not only done by or shared by lecturers, they are also shared by leaders, head of companies, head of organizations. Have contacts with them. That's why it's good and crucial to participate in those forums, in those various activities, to meet them and stay in touch with them. You cannot spend 2 years without talking to a professor and just show up like that, and he will accept to write or recommend you. I have many guys, they like inbox me now after 2 years, like, Joseph, please, can you recommend me as you have an angel? I won't even read you. I won't even reply. I don't know you. So always be in touch with your recommender, all those lecturers. Ne vous amusez pas avec les professeurs, les leaders, les chefs d'organisation. Soyez toujours en contact avec eux. Sans lettre de recommandation, vous n'aurez aucune bourse dans le monde. Aucune bonne bourse dans le monde. Les lettres de recommandation sont capitales. Et on ne s'amuse pas avec ces encadreurs. Ce n'est pas après 2 ans ou 1 mois, tu ne dis même pas bonjour à un professeur parce que tu veux candidater pour une bourse, tu l'inbox directement. Prof, vraiment, j'ai une urgence. Et la mauvaise manière qu'on a, c'est toujours dans les dernières minutes, la dernière semaine. Prof, vraiment, si vous ne répondez pas, on ne s'amuse pas. Moi, je suis en contact avec mes professeurs il y a 4 ans. Donc, depuis 2017, chaque mois au moins, j'écris un mail pour dire bonjour, bonsoir au professeur. Parce que le jour où j'aurai besoin d'une lettre de recommandation, il va le faire sans réfléchir parce qu'il sait que Joseph est en contact avec lui. I'm in contact with my former supervisor. Since 2017, we met in the US. Every month at least, I say hello, I'm doing well. This is how I'm moving forward in my programs. He replied, anytime I need a recommendation letter, he will just write me anytime, any hour. I even have his WhatsApp number. When I get an opportunity that I need a recommendation letter for the following day, he will do it because I was in touch with him. You are not in touch with a professor or with anyone. You just show up that, oh, prof, you know, my life depends on you now because the deadline is in 2 days. No, it's not how it's working. He can write you something, but nothing good. Take time if you want to apply for a scholarship. That's why I'm saying to get a good scholarship, it takes at least 2 years because you should send your resume, your CV to your personal statement to your professor. He should read them before writing a recommendation letter. Without your CV, without a personal statement, any professor, any lecturer in the world cannot write you a good recommendation letter. That's why you fail. You are not selected because they don't write good recommendation letters on your behalf. If someone inbox me, if I need to write a recommendation letter for someone, I take 2 weeks to write a good recommendation letter. Not because I cannot do it in 1 day. If I do it in 1 day, for sure, you won't get a good recommendation letter. So be careful concerning recommendation letter and the personal statement. Now, your CV, resume. This is something that kills everyone. You have the same CV, same resume for all applications. Who will select you? Who will pick you? Your CV should highlight your academic achievement, leadership experience, community service. It should be always updated. If you apply for a scholarship today, your CV should have the date of today. It should have 29 February 2024. You should quantify your achievement. You should share your leadership. You should tailor your CV or your resume to the program by highlighting experience that you had and that aligns with those values and objectives. You should use action verbs. When I used to check CV and resume of some friends or some students. Only the first line, you have headache. Les CV, on s'amuse avec les... On a les CV génériques. Les CV copier-coller. Les CV avec les erreurs. Rien que l'entête d'un CV, ça te fait peur. Il faut savoir que chaque pays, chaque continent a son type de CV. Chaque opportunité a son type de CV. J'ai au moins 15 CV. Il y a le CV pour candidater pour les bourses des États-Unis. Il y a le CV pour candidater pour les bourses en Europe. Il y a le CV pour candidater pour les différentes bourses en Chine. Chaque pays, chaque université, chaque opportunité a son type de CV qu'il faut respecter. Et le Caneva. Et dans votre CV, on doit juste retrouver les verbes d'action. Je ne veux pas vous apprendre à rédiger un CV. Allez vraiment lire et prenez du temps. C'est pour cela que je dis une bonne bourse s'obtient après 2 ans au moins de travail. Parce que rédiger son CV prend au moins 2 mois, un bon CV. Une lettre de recommandation, pareil, 2 semaines, 1 mois. Donc, si vous rencontrez quelqu'un, il vous dit, donne-moi, je vais t'aider à faire un CV en 2 jours. Vous aurez un mauvais CV. Je vous parle avec l'expérience. Je cherche les bourses depuis 2013. J'ai appris à candidater aux différentes bourses quand j'ai commencé mon master en 2014, master 1. Alors, when you have your resume, your recommendation letter, now you should work on how to craft your essay and statement according to your department. Like I've said, your essay should connect your past experience all those values. Are they related? How do you see yourself in those values? Do you respect or do you think that your resume or your application at least fulfilled some of those principles? Do you incorporate specific instances that you have demonstrated all those qualities? From the beginning, when you don't read and you don't know all those points, you are failing to get the scholarship already. Lorsque vous ouvrez un lien par rapport à n'importe quelle bourse, lorsque vous allez lire les missions de la bourse, les valeurs, si vous ne les remplissez pas, ne cherchez même pas à candidater, vous perdez votre temps. Parce que beaucoup de candidats, après qu'ils partent prier, ils disent au sujet des prières, j'ai déposé ma candidature. Tu n'as pas respecté, tu n'es pas dans leur Caneva, tu n'auras jamais la bourse là, même si tu pries 1 mois à l'église. Même si tu pries n'importe où, à la mosquée, ça ne va pas passer. Donc, ne vous amusez pas. Don't joke with those ones. The last important point concerning general application steps. When I open any application, any scholarships, the first thing I check is the deadline and timeline. Always take your time to go through deadline, timeline, to tailor your application and create all necessary documents to preserve, to avoid deadlines or last-minute stuff. If you are planning to apply for a scholarship, create your database. Now, if you want to apply for a scholarship next year, start having your database and check all criteria, eligibility documents required. Lorsque vous voulez candidater à une bourse, quand je dis c'est 2 ans au moins, c'est lorsque vous ouvrez le lien, vous voyez toujours le critère d'éligibilité, la date limite. Pour ceux qui veulent, par exemple, candidater au Chevening, the Chevening, the deadline is closed. And they will open the next cohort, the next application in September 2024. So someone who's planning to apply for Chevening should start preparing for his application now. He knows already that the deadline is in September, November. I think, yeah, the deadline is November. For the Fulbright, for those who are planning to apply for the Fulbright scholarship, it's still open. The deadline is in April for Cameroonians. I don't know other countries, but for Cameroonians, the deadline is on the 1st April. So if you know that you cannot get some documents before the 1st of April, if you cannot fulfill the requirements, the eligibility, don't apply for the Fulbright scholarship. Prepare for the next year. That's why when I open any applications, I check firstly the deadline and timeline. Next, I will talk about those who want to apply for scholarship in China. Those who are planning to apply for scholarship in China, China has a lot of scholarships, thousands. I have even a brother actually in China. He's doing engineering. And they ask less documents compared even to some countries. Here are mandatory documents if you want to apply for any scholarship in China. Undergrad, master, PhD programs. You should have a passport, visa style photo. You know, in Cameroon, you know, all those guys taking pictures, you can have those one day. Certificate of higher education, notarized copy. You should meet a notaire. I don't know how their name in English. Le notaire, c'est le notaire qui certifie les documents. Transcripts also should be notarized. You should have a study plan. You should have recommendation letter and reference, passport, homepage, physical record, and non-criminal record report. Pour ceux qui veulent postuler aux bourses pour la Chine, voici les documents obligatoires. Le passeport, vos relevés certifiés, un plan d'études, les lettres de référence et recommandations, la première page du passeport, le casier judiciaire et les examens médicaux. Les différents documents suivants sont optionnels pour certaines universités, bien sûr. Ce n'est pas toutes les universités qui vous demandent ces documents. Certaines universités demandent un document qui atteste que vous connaissez au moins le BABA chinois. D'autres ne les demandent pas. Pour ceux qui poursuivent pour les doctorats, par exemple, certains demandent les articles. D'autres demandent le test de langue, d'autres pas. Donc, comme je dis, ces 4 documents sont des documents optionnels. Like these one are optional documents. For those who are applying for like PhD program in China, some university might ask you a published paper, some might not. Some might ask you to produce a Chinese language proficiency certificate. Some don't. Some don't ask English even language proficiency test. If you are going for PhD, I know one friend who completed his PhD in China. So he just did the test in those center, English center how do we call it? Les centres pilotes de langue anglaise dans les 10 régions. Il existe ces différents centres pilotes. Avec les tests, if you go in those centers, you can submit your application with certificate from those English center. I still don't remember the name of the center. Probably some of you can remind it in the chat. Now, if you want to apply for China scholarship, don't use Google. You can use Google, but they have their main also browser. The Chinese browser is Baidu. That's why I'm sharing the link, Baidu.com. If you should use Baidu.com. Baidu.com, when you open it, I hope your computer is automatic. It can translate China to English or to French. Then the link below is the link to all these Chinese universities. They have thousands. They have a lot of scholarships. Links to register. I think at the end of the presentation, I might even click and open some of those ones so that you can. Let me try if it's possible now. Yeah, like this one. You see, this is all scholarships application for students. You can see them easily. If you want to see scholarship, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all those point a database of videos. Like this one can have like 500,000 scholarships. Like last year, they were looking for 500,000 PhD students in the world. They were having scholarship for 500,000 PhD students. For undergrads, it's similar. So you come here, you can just hopefully.
We can't see a tab. Maybe you can navigate. Try to click on the tab here, such a lesson.
Okay. So let me come back. At the end, I will go through it. But do you still see my PowerPoint?
Yes, we see a presentation.
Okay. So these are 3 links. If you want to apply for any Chinese scholarship, you should have those three links. You should use their browser, which is baidu.com. Link to universities. You can screenshot, and I'm sure we'll share the record on YouTube, so you can still go there and check the links. So now, if you want to apply for scholarship in Europe, French or English-speaking countries, you should have the following documents. I will go the main website for like UK scholarship. These are the links to get all scholarship fully funded by the UK government. To go to France, pour les francophones, les différents liens que je partage sont les liens officiels pour candidater aux différentes bourses. Par exemple, pour ceux qui veulent candidater aux bourses pour l'Angleterre, c'est les liens en dessous de UK, de la France, vous devez vous inscrire à Campus France. Pour l'Angleterre, vous avez la date et vous avez studyingermany.org. Et la plus grande bourse en Europe, c'est Erasmus Mundus, c'est le dernier lien que je partage en dessous. So for the biggest database of scholarship in Europe is I think Erasmus Mundus is the last link. So the mandatory documents to apply for the US scholarships, you complete the scholarship application form. I think the US is the one having the toughest, the steps, like the longest step compared to other scholarships, because you have a lot of documents to produce, like transcripts, statement of purpose. It's not difficult. You just need to read. But like I know many students, many readers, they don't have time to read. But if you, like I've said, if you want to get those scholarships, because the best scholarships for sure, I think the best scholarships are from those countries. You should have statement of purpose. Without it, you cannot apply for a master's degree in the US or PhD. You should have your recommendation letters. For bachelor degree, it's, I think, 2 recommendation letters. For master degree, 2. But for PhD programs in general, they request 3 recommendation letters. So don't joke with it. Without those 3 recommendation letters, you cannot apply. Standardized tests, you should pass your GRE. If you don't pass your GRE test, you cannot apply for a master's degree in the US for, I think, 80% of their universities. I know some universities don't ask the test, That's why you should always go to the official. If you are planning to apply for a Massachusetts, for a master's degree in MIT, go at the MIT website, check their requirements. I will share some requirements of some universities here. You will see. You should have your GRE, check your GPA. For those who made like master in finance and all those stuff related to money, you should do the SAT test. Medical report, financial statement. It's optional because some university ask financial statement of your family's member, your dad or your mom, to check if you can survive if the scholarship cannot, or if something happens. So like I've said, there are part-time scholarship and fully funded scholarship. If you apply for part-time scholarship, for sure you should have the financial statement of your dad or your mom or your uncle or anyone that will support you. So, les documents suivants sont les documents obligés pour candidater aux bourses américaines. Vous devez passer le GRE, c'est pour tout le monde, le test de langue, les lettres de recommandation, vous devez traduire vos diplômes. Pour les francophones, si vous ne traduisez pas vos diplômes, vous n'allez jamais obtenir une bourse pour les États-Unis. Ça, je dis cela, tous ceux qui ont les diplômes, licence, master, bac en français, traduisez cela en anglais. I made a mistake. I was applying after my bachelor degree, like I was submitting all my documents in French. I never received any email. It's after like, how can you apply for a scholarship in the US or in the UK and expect to get feedback? Because the selection committee cannot read anything of your anything of your certificate, your GPA. Everything is in French. So translate. And the advice I will give you now is to translate your certificate in your university. It's cheaper there. Maybe some universities, it's even free. But if you plan to go to those big companies or those organizations that you should pay, it's one certificate. Let me remind you, one of my cousins, he wanted to come to UK. One certificate is 35,000. And you should translate your level 1. If you have a master, level 1 till master, it's 5. So do 35K multiplied by 5. So be careful. While in my university, it was 5,000 a certificate. I translated all my 5 from level 1 till master. Mandatory test. Okay, guys, for specific for US, don't joke with I test or TOEFL. Those who want to apply for scholarship in the US. These are the mandatory. They don't see if you have, I had 5 points. No, they don't care. If you apply, if you did the eye test and you did not get this course, don't apply. Don't submit your application. You waste your time. It's not like, no, they will consider that I had 4 GPA. No, they don't consider if you don't fulfill just one requirement. If you don't fulfill one requirement, they won't care about your application. You have the minimum IELTS scores. That's why you should go. You should check the university you apply. They will share it. Minimum IELTS score. My university was 6.5. Even the Chevening program, if you are a Cameroonian, if you don't have 6.5, you cannot get a Chevening scholarship. Same thing for the Fulbright. There is minimum. I know when I got selected for the Fulbright, I did the TOEFL test in Yaoundé. And one of my friends who also got selected for the Fulbright, for the first attempt, he failed. Like he got, I think he was a teacher. He got like 80, while they were requesting 90. So he took again a test. And do you know how much is it? The TOEFL test. At least it's 150K. Similar to ICE, if I remember, because my last test was, I took my test it was in August, Thank God I passed with 7. So when I'm saying that, applying for scholarship takes at least 2 years, because you should be ready, you should prepare yourself to write even IELTS test. You cannot pass eye test in 1 month or 2 months. If you are not like, if you don't have Anglophone background, like, yeah, you grow up, even Anglophone background. I know my Anglophone friend who failed at the first attempt. He got 5.5. We don't fail in test, but if you don't get 7, like Ivy League schools, if you don't have 7 as result, you cannot apply for Harvard University, MIT University. That was my dream. Like 2 years ago, I wanted to go to Harvard to complete my PhD. But I failed because my TOEFL result was not good. I did 3 times the TOEFL test. I got the good one at the 3rd attempt because I was not prepared. I thought that, yeah, because I got a MWF, the Mandela Washington Fellowship in 2017. They don't request English test. I went to the US. When I came back from the US, I was sure that, yeah, at least I'm already better in English. But until now, I'm learning. I'm still upgrading. I'm still improving. I applied directly without preparing. And I failed very badly. I said, oh, my money, 150K, like that. So when I'm saying it takes 2 years because you need at least 6 months to get all those tests. 6 months, that is for someone who has Anglophone background. But Francophone, at least 1 year. At least 1 year. But you don't have really a choice for Francophone because there are many opportunities in English speaking. There are many scholarships, fully funded scholarships in English speaking countries compared to French speaking countries. You can check it, you can Google it. I'm not saying that. You can Google and check by yourself. So don't joke with those scores. For those who are doing journalism, literature, oh, you should have high score. You should have high score if you want to get. So I will take Purdue University. If you go, this is the link of Purdue University. This is Purdue University website. It's where I went. I was at Purdue University in the US. It's like it's the 5th university in the US where Neil Armstrong did his studies. Very amazing university in engineering. These are their requirements. When you go and check on their website, eligibility, if you don't have this, because I applied for the first year, I did not get it because my TOEFL score, I think I got 17. So it was, and the deadline at the university is December. So I did my TOEFL test in November, and it was almost the deadline. So I was supposed to take another attempt, but I was not having money and the timing. So be careful about the timeline, the deadline, all those documents. If you don't have one of those documents, don't apply, don't try, because you waste your time. They don't joke specifically when you're applying for international scholarship. So like this, those who want to apply for the Fulbright scholarship, it's still, the deadline is on April, so you can still apply for Cameroon. I'm sure it's almost all countries, the period, it's the same period, because we go together in the US and we have some pre-departure orientation at the same time. So it's almost the same deadlines and timelines. So check. These are links. I will share the links. I'm sure that the links of those scholarships will be shared in the website, in the Mandela Washington Fellowship Association website. So you will have those links over there, so don't worry. Comme je disais, les différents liens que je partage, c'est les liens des opportunités, des conditions d'éligibilité de ces différentes universités. Ces liens seront partagés sur nos sites web, le site web et page sociale de l'association. C'est gratuit, donc vous les aurez. Et comme je disais précédemment, lorsque vous ne remplissez pas un de ces critères, s'il vous plaît, ne déposez même pas votre candidature, n'espérez pas. Ils sont pas, c'est même pas comme on va voir, on ne va même pas essayer de garder votre dossier. Lorsque vous ne remplissez pas, c'est-à-dire vous n'avez pas peut-être passé le TOEFL avec au moins 80, ne déposez pas votre candidature. J'avais fait cette erreur. J'avais composé le TOEFL en 2018. J'ai eu 75. J'ai postulé à l'université de Purdue. C'est l'université où Neil Armstrong a fait ses études. Je pense la 5e université américaine. J'étais là-bas pour le Mandela Washington Fellowship. Et quand je suis rentré, sans me préparer, j'ai fait juste un mois de lecture et documents et j'étais sûr que j'allais réussir. Et pourtant, j'ai très mal échoué le TOEFL. Donc, prenez du temps. Quand je dis 2 ans, c'est parce que pour un francophone, passer le TOEFL, il te faut au moins 6 mois. Parce que tu ne peux pas te mettre dans la peau de celui qui a passé toute sa vie de la maternelle à l'université en anglais et toi, de la maternelle. C'est comme si on disait à celui qui a fait l'université de Boya ou qui a fait tout son cursus en anglais de composer le TCF Canada. Il sera perdu. C'est la même chose avec le TOEFL ou le IELTS. Donc, lorsque vous ne remplissez pas un de ces critères, ne comptez pas, ne déposez pas. C'est pour cela que je dis ça prend au moins 2 ans parce que vous devez vous préparer. Au moins 6 mois. Moi, j'ai réussi à... J'obtiens maintenant des bonnes notes parce que j'ai fait au moins 1 année de préparation. Bien sûr, moi, chacun peut se préparer à sa manière. Moi, je me suis préparé avec YouTube. Chaque fois que je me présente, anytime when I present myself, I learn English with my computers. I never did any English training center. It's my computer. My computer is my first wife, and she's the right person. So, donc, qu'est-ce que vous voulez dire? Les universités américaines, lorsque vous candidatez, la majorité, il y a les frais de candidature, c'est $75. Donc, lorsque vous avez tous ces documents, lorsque vous voulez soumettre en ligne, on va vous dire de payer $75. C'est comme lorsque vous faites les concours au Cameroun, il faut payer 20 000 pour la banque, ainsi de suite. C'est pareil avec les universités américaines spécialement. So, the application fees, in general, it's $75. When you have all your papers, your file ready to submit, you will pay. They will request. If you don't pay, you cannot submit. So the links will be shared. So I'm sharing here just the introduction of my personal statement. I told you that we don't joke with personal statement. You can just have an idea of a personal statement. This is for the Fulbright scholarship I applied and I got selected in 2020. So just see how I said, learn how to share your story, and everyone has a unique story. When I was 7 years old, I started loving science. Everyone, especially my family, had trouble understanding what could possibly such as. So I'm sharing how I got my passion to physics because I did physics. But I was determined to select when you read, you should have a catchy story. Any professor, anyone reading this would love to continue reading and check what is happening, what this guy is saying, The only thing I knew was that I absolutely adore watching big antenna in the mountain with complex connection, opening all this stuff. My enthusiasm to become a physicist has become faster. My childhood by a deep fascination with engines, and their construction materials. And if you see the last sentence here, I'm realizing in my adult age that remains a big problem for the population and the world in the form of noise pollution. My PhD topic was on noise pollution. But I'm sharing how I had a passion when I was 7 years old, already for physics. But when I'm growing up, I'm realizing that it's even a problem. Those aircraft, those noise are biggest threat today. Because my PhD topic was on how to improve materials covering the engine to be noiseless, to reduce noise. So anyone reading this statement is touched from the beginning that, wow, this guy started having this passion from 7 years old and he realized that the passion he has or he had is a problem. And now he's trying to solve the problem through his physics topic or through his physics program. We should give him an opportunity to come and learn and apply what the guy had as passion when he was 7 years old. So your personal statement is your journey, and it should be unique. It should touch your selection committee that, wow, this is a guy who had a vision. We should give him one opportunity to come and work in the lab in the UK or in China or in the US. So don't joke with the personal statement. Now, recommendation letter. I told you, don't joke with a recommendation letter. See what one of my professors wrote about me. If he doesn't know you, if the lecturer, if anyone who wants to recommend anything about you, the person doesn't know, he won't write such thing. Even the first statement convinced already the selection committee. It is with very great pressure that I write this for support his application for Fulbright. As one of my best PhD students, since I've known him because the recommendation letter shared how the professor knows you, which relationship he has, how trustful or how worthy, how the relationship you had with him was very amazing. So that because they want to, you will have supervisors in the US or in the UK. Anywhere you will go for any program, you will have a supervisor. So they don't want to have someone who will come there, who will go there and give headaches to supervisor, who won't come in the lab, who won't go in class, who won't do their assignments. It's by reading. He displayed good intellect during his graduate studies, and he brilliantly defended his master's degree. That's mean that if I'm applying for any master's degree, for sure, I will also do the same. As professor of supervising more than since 2000, I have found to be, that's to show consistency, that this student, if you recruit him, he will continue showing the same consistency in your lab, in your university. Don't just take the recommendation letter written or just shared by you, shared to you by your professor and just submit. No, go and read them. Some are just writing rubbish there, and you won't get a good scholarship because it did not take time to read, to share the passion you have, your leadership journey, your academic background. Don't joke with those who recommend you. Look for good lecturers. Look for good professor for leaders. I think, time. Then, my last comment before don't overlook small scholarships. Don't joke with scholarship. Like, there's no small scholarship. There's no like, this is just for, no, I want to apply for Chevening only for Fulbright. Apply for as many possible. Apply for scholarship. But look for your background, for your passion. What are you looking for? Where do you think? Where are you? How do you see yourself in the next 5, 10 years? It's the first scholarship can lead you to another one. Actually, I know that I can get scholarship for amazing projects, amazing universities in the world because I followed the first steps. I got the MWF, I got the Fulbright, I got the Chevening. Now I'm eligible to get the bigger one. It's step by step. Don't joke with deadline. Like I've said, the first step is to check the deadlines. Don't submit generative application. You should have a unique application that if a selection committee have your file, they should just tick on your file that when they even when they take the break, they should like, wow, this guy from Cameroon, from University of Bafoussam or University of Boya, he should come in our lab. We need him because you have a unique story. So don't submit generic CV, motivation letter, statement of purpose. Don't share those elements. I think I'm done. I hope that I shared at least some insightful informations. I hope I try to respond to answer to various questions of participants, and I'm sure you have many questions, and I'm available for any questions concerning the various steps or application. I think I will unmute everyone, or I can unmute according to your hand. You can raise your hand. Thank you for your time, guys. I hope that I try my best. Like I've said, my first language is French. I'm still learning English, guys. So thank you for your time and attention. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph Daliwa. You are talking from experience. No, you're not talking from theory. You've had one of the most competitive and prestigious scholarships in the world. So we really value your time so much, coming to share this very deep insight with our participants. VP, are you there? Maybe you pick up coordination from there.
Yes, thank you. I'm here. Thank you so much, Doctor, for that very insightful one. Please feel free to raise your hand if you want to ask a question, or just drop it in the chat. We're open to taking questions. I'm more impressed because we started about 30 something, and now we're ending 40 and nobody has left. So it has been very, very, very insightful. Please, let's not delay with our questions. Let's already identify those of us who have questions. Okay, for now, we do not have any questions, We do not have any questions, or you can just request to unmute and go ahead and ask. If you're trying to unmute yourself and you can't, you can unmute yourself. I see that a lot of people are unmuted.
Good evening.
Did anybody say something? Robinson, did you say something?
Yeah, I got a voice from the background, somebody greeting.
Oh, okay. Good evening. I didn't get that. Just
Okay,
unmute yourself and ask your questions, please.
Good evening. Hello.
Yes, Ivan, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, so my name is Bimpepo Ivan, student in University of Mandela, studying engineering. So I'm just hoping to find out, I need some tips on how to go about writing essays, because that's really the stumbling block for me right now. How to go about writing my essays for, that's motivational essays to submit for scholarship applications.
Okay, President, did you get that?
Yes, yes. Or should I respond immediately?
Yes, please.
Okay,
Seems like everyone is still digesting what you shared, so can go ahead and respond to that.
Okay, how to write a compelling essay. You need to read. You know, the problem with us Cameroonians and students specifically, we don't read. You need to read books and specifically check the profile of those who got selected for many programs. I don't know if you are on LinkedIn. It's a professional social media page where almost all professionals there share their journey, so you can inspire yourself from it. And like I've said, there are many books out there. Look for books, and also there are many samples on Google. That if you put essays on Google, you just put essays for scholarship PDF, you will see that thousands of samples will just come out. Now, we look for mentors. You are lucky that we have such talk today. All those who are online actually, and more specifically, those who are managing this this application, this platform. You have Frida, you have Henry. All of them are leaders. We organize various activities, various empowering programs. You should follow all those leaders. You should have friends as leaders on your various social media pages. Check what they shared. Check, like when I'm sharing this link, because this is my the Facebook page. I'm sharing opportunities like scholarships. This is my Facebook page of opportunities for free. I share deadline opportunities, scholarship, master, PhD. Sometimes I also share like how to write essay, how to write list recommendation letter, how to write a resume. So look for the right people, for the right mentors, and read and read. Because if you don't read, you won't be good in writing all those documents.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
Hello? Hello?
Someone said that you can translate your certificate administrative 5,000. That's good. So you have, I was not aware about it. So now you know that it's very cheap. You go administrative if you want to translate your certificates or diploma. It's just 5,000. I see a question about someone also. Many people wrote the question. Please, my question is it possible to get a master's scholarship in the US or UK if one has an HND, a bachelor's degree from a private institution affiliated with a state university of Gambia in my case? Yeah, if you have a bachelor degree and if it's affiliated and it's recognized, yeah, you can apply. I know someone who got a Fulbright. He got a bachelor degree from a private university. He's actually in the US. Platin UC raise hand. Platin U is this.
Yes, you can unmute someone. President, please just stop sharing for a bit.
Yeah, okay. Let me stop sharing my screen.
All right, thank you. Yes, Platin, go ahead, and then Luis, and then Amel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the session. I really appreciate the organizers. I'm enormously grateful to Dr. Joseph, who gave us a wonderful session. I joined late, but I got a few things. And I wish to ask a question related to the use of artificial intelligence in the application process, because I understand that with the coming of AI, a lot of people use AI to enhance their writing skills and to write wonderfully well. But like he said, he placed AI on a more negative side when it comes to applying for scholarships. So I wish to find out if there are no ways to use AI in a way that do not incriminate us or make our essays look like they have been plagiarized or just written entirely using AI. Like, are there smart ways of using AI to enhance our essays? Thank you so much.
Okay, this is a good question. And what I just want to emphasize and tell you is that in Europe or in the US, they don't joke with plagiarism. and having your work done by AI is considered a very big threat and is plagiarism. You can Google and know what is plagiarism, different types of. So don't joke with when you are writing your document. What I would advise you is you can inspire yourself from those who publish already or from works of some leaders, but try to reference their work. Like in my personal statement, I reference the authors. I inspire myself to my work because your project, you cannot submit any project without referencing. If you're applying for a master or a PhD, you should reference all those. You use their ideas. Using an idea of someone is without citing the person is a plagiarism. So what I would advise you, you can use AI like, okay, AI, I want to understand what is biology, how biology can be applied to social science. AI will give you more details. But now, you should not just copy what AI has done. You should paraphrase, you should use your own words. Academics is about using your own words, your own idea, and sharing it through a storytelling. So you can use AI to develop the ideas, but you should write the idea with your own words, your own statements. Don't just copy and paste. Because you yourself, when you copy something from AI, you know that, oh my God, I cannot produce this. And it's the same thing. Any lecturer, any selection committee, when they will read your essay, they will know that this essay is not one essay from someone of this university. Because they will check your profile for sure. They will check all your documents. You know, everything should align to the goal of the scholarship you are applying for. If I'm taking your bachelor degree, your undergrad degree, when I see gaps, and when I read your essay, I know that this essay, according to the GPA of these guys, are not the same. So be careful. You can paraphrase, can read, but use your own words. Use your own words. Ask advice. Look for mentors. They can help also. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph.
All right, thanks a lot, Luis. You can go ahead and some very questions so that everyone go. Luis,
Okay, thank you, Frida. Thank you very much, Dr. Joseph, for the presentation and all the detailed explanation. It was very insightful and very helpful. I would like to ask, are there any for your personal statements? If you're applying, for example, in the US and in the UK, are there differences applying in the US and in the UK? What is specific to what part of what the US and what is specific to the UK? The other question is how do you find tips to find referrers? For example, if you want to apply, for example, postgraduate in a university, a US university where you don't know it was not the university in which you went for your MWF for your fellowship. How are there any tips to find referrers, to find lecturers, or I don't know, yes, lecturers that could refer you, whom you could work? Because for postgraduate, they ask, do you have any professor whom you want to work? So are there any tips to find those, please? Thank you.
Okay, the difference between the specificity between US process and UK process. Technospark 8C. The US university requests like more documents compared to UK university. For the US, if you want to do postgrad, you should apply. You should have a GRE test. You should do the English proficiency test that you are doing, like IELTS or TOEFL. for the US to also pass the GRE test, you should write a personal statement. While I don't think UK universities should request it, apart from PhD program that you for sure will have a PhD project. And the steps are quite different because when you apply, the US universities ask also like recommendations later. They check for your recommenders, so don't joke with your referee. And I think concerning timeline, it's not the same because the university classes resume in August, I think, in the US, while in the UK it's in September. So, and the deadline varies also. So that's the specificity. So more documents in the US, like test, we do GRE. If you in the UK, if you apply for like domains in financial, I think you will do SAT test also. So that's what I can say for specificity. Now, how to get referees? I'm giving you my tips. You can get referees anywhere in the world. I thank God. What I want to say is, you need to read a lot. You need to read. I got a referee and I contacted one professor. He's working at the NASA, and the guy even had a webinar and he had a presentation for me. Like, yeah, he presented what he's doing, but he told me that he cannot share the document and all those stuff because of some NASA policies. And it was on my domain for sure. Like I was trying to understand something on aircraft. He helped me to figure out how to understand it. There are database of worldwide professors in the world, anywhere. You should be in that network. And there's a way on how to write to those professors and those lecturers to get feedback from them. The first, I forgot when to mention it. Even in Cameroon, if you want to meet a professor from the same university but from another department, there's a way on how to approach him. It's the same thing it's almost the same techniques you need to use to approach those professors from Harvard or from other universities. They are very simple. They are very simple. And the tips I will give you here, that's 1 million tips. It's to know them personally and to know what work they are doing. You have my Facebook page. You can inbox me for more detail for sure. But the first thing is to know them. You cannot write to any professor or even me. If someone here is writing me without knowing what I'm doing, I will never reply to that person. It's the same thing when a strange, like you cross the streets, a strange like, hello, Luis, how are you doing? Like you will just wonder who is that guy. It's like this. It's similar. Like when I receive an email from an unknown person, it's like I'm on the street, someone is just passing and saying, "Hello, Joseph. Do you know what are you doing?" I'm like, who is that guy? It's the same thing when a professor will receive one email from you about, "Professor, I want you to be a reference." No, there's a way to contact them, and it's not at the first attempt that you tell them your problem. You should be interested in what the lecturer or the person is doing. Then, after a few exchange and chat, you can introduce your problem. That, "Professor, I wanted a," he will give you. They are very simple. They are our mentors. Even today, I'm having a mentor. All my application, I'm having mentors. Everyone should have a mentor. So I think I answer you, but if you want like how to write email to such referee, you can inbox me on Facebook. I can help you on how to write like a convincing email to catchy email to get feedback from those lecturers to be your referee.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Joseph. I definitely will write to you. Thank you.
Okay, Amel, are you still up to ask a question, or did the doctor already answer your questions?
Yes,
All right,
sure.
please go ahead.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Dr. Joseph, thank you very much to share your experience. It was really helpful. I'm MLC scholarship. When you won visa for last year, are you allowed to apply? For example, if I want to apply for Fulbright, should I wait next year or can I apply this year? What is the link between our condition in G1 and the different scholarship in US, especially? Thank you.
Oh, this question is tough. It's tough, really, concerning the J1 visa. I think you can ask the responsible of the Mandela Washington program at the US Embassy concerning the J1 visa. But I know that if it's about academic, you can still have a visa and go back for academic program, because during our cohort, some of us went back to the US for their academics the following year. So, but the person, the right people who can answer you are like those who knows how those visas work, you know. Yeah, that's what I can tell you, because they are the one working at the higher commission over there and at the embassy. They know exactly the rules, the timeline. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Right. Do you have any more questions?
The hand of Luis is still up. Pour les francophones, vous pouvez poser la question. Hein. C'est bilingue, soyez free. It's Robinson.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dr. Joseph. I think your reaction has marveled me, and in fact, I would say that it was just timely that you came to such a forum to enlighten us. I have just a little preoccupation at this moment. You know, I am currently a PhD student at the Department of Didactics of the University of Yaoundé. And in reality, I had always wanted to pursue a career in data security and privacy, being a mathematician that I am. I happen to have done a master's of information technology with the Madras University of India. So when I had completed it in 2016, I thought I should enroll into a PhD. But unfortunately, at the law of Yaoundé, it showed that I needed an equivalent. So this issue of equivalent took me some time. So knowing that I could not have the equivalent immediately, I thought that no, I should use my degree and go into didactics in the Faculty of Science of Education. So I went to the didactic of mathematics. So where I had a master's of didactics in mathematics. Then presently I had to move into a PhD. Before that, my equivalent now came out from NSU. That's the equivalent for the masters of information technology. So now that I have it handy, I have that dying dream of still doing this, my data security and privacy, which is a domain that I've always very much cherished. So my worry now is how to go about getting a scholarship, be it in Europe or in America, in this domain. I don't have any advice you could give me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for our questions. There are many scholarships in data. I'm in the UK doing training. I'm doing an MSc in data and AI. There are many scholarships in data and security, because it's like one of because I'm shifting from physics because I did physics. Now I want to combine physics and data and AI. So that's why I wanted a background in, firstly, and the MSc, that the MSc I'm doing through the Chevening program is amazing. So
Okay.
there are many scholarships out there. You need to fulfill the requirement I shared with you. If you have a goal, if you write a GRE test and TOEFL test for American university specifically, if you have those results, if you have good results, 80% you will get a scholarship. The Americans universities, they like merits. If you have good grades, you have good GRE result, good TOEFL test or IELTS test result, any university will welcome you, specifically when you want to learn about data and security, because there's scammer out there, like things are moving forward. Scammer also are becoming very smart. They need guys in security, in cyber security, in all those domains.
Okay.
So just follow the steps shared previously. And if you look for the eligibility criteria, you fulfill those requirements, just apply. Anywhere you will get scholarship.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Robinson, and everyone. Thank you. I don't see any hands up, so I'm trusting that Dr. Joseph has exceeded all our. Okay, there's the Ebenezer. Is your hand up, or did you already ask your question? Ebenezer, is your hand up? Okay. All right, this will be our last question for this session. Dr. Joseph will share his links, maybe LinkedIn or Facebook. You can get to him for more personal preoccupations. I'm sure we've been here for over an hour, 30 minutes. And yes, go ahead, please.
Here are all my social media pages. So you can email me, you can follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. The last link is my Facebook page of opportunities. So each 2 weeks or each week when I have time, I share all scholarships and some tips on how to apply for those scholarships. Many are inboxing me for like to mentor them on how to apply for those scholarships. I'm like very busy. That's why sometimes I'm not really available to do it, because I mentored and I'm writing recommendation letters. I have many fellows, many mentees in Europe, in the US, in Canada who got scholarships. But I will have more time around July. So if you are planning to apply for those scholarships, try to inbox me around July, because I will be done with my program and all the projects I'm supervising. And I can now support you guys full tips through reading your application, your CV, your recommendation letters. For those I know for sure, I can write recommendation letters on their behalf. Yeah, we're still in contact. We are all in digital platforms, so I'm happy to have you. Thanks for your time specifically. It was really a nice opportunity to reconnect after like 6 months again with Cameroonians and friends.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining, for your time. Thank you for staying with us from please screenshot these contacts And
Your name, Daliwa, Joseph.
So in the days ahead, we will share some of what we shared today on page YouTube, and share these on social media handles. And reduces.
We don't hear you,
Reduces every month we will be coming up with one or activities or some kind of resource sharing to enable young leaders across Africa and share more details across different topic areas. We have lots of resources to share, lots of resources. Joseph probably coming again towards the end of the year with some more details, some more information. So just take it all our days. We have a lot of experts like who will be sharing various topics and areas of interest. Also feel free to follow social media handles and share with us topics, interesting topics that you'd like to know about, not just about applications, but other things. Also, different areas of interest, of course, different interest. So that will be it for tonight and for this session. Thank you very